Hey guys, what's up? It's RV for you, and today I'm doing a most likely somewhat lengthy video about my top 5 most used applications for my Windows Phone 7 device, which is the Samsung Focus if you didn't see my last video or you didn't read it on my channel. So first off, we have 6-week training. It's a very great and free workout application. There are 5 different individual exercises, as you can see: push-ups, sit-ups, pull-ups, dips, and squats. And then you have a superset, which is basically all the exercises together. So it's like a really good workout, which is very challenging, as I'm sure you guys would probably figure out if you did try this. So I've been using this for a couple weeks. And basically, when you start up something new, so if I'll just go into dips because I haven't done that, you'll see that you need to do an initial test. So you just start that, you do as many dips as you can do, and then you just hit continue and put in the number, and then that'll gauge your difficulty level, which is easy, medium, or hard. So we'll just go back, and I'll do sit-ups because I've been doing that. So after, on your 7th day, which will be your last day of the week, so if you start Monday, on the next Monday, you need to do an exhaustion test, because basically that is retesting you. It's like the initial test, only it's gauging if you're improving and if you're getting in better shape. So yeah, and then you can track your progress with a log, so you can see the number of sets and reps you did. So if I move this closer, you can see the numbers, and then you can do a graph. If I bring it up close, you can see that it slowly climbs up, and then today I did 121 sit-ups, so you know. And then up here you see 200 sit-ups. That means that by the end of the 6 weeks you'll be able to do 200 sit-ups without breaking a sweat, which, you know, we'll see. But yeah, so also down here you see that you have the ability to play music, and then you can go into settings, and you can have a metronome to keep you on pace, I guess, and then you can schedule reminders, which I don't really do because I just remember. So yeah, on to the next application. The next application is Free Music Downloader. This is obviously a free music downloader, as you know the title would suggest. But basically, it gives you access to all sorts of MP3 downloading sites, which most people would think would be illegal, but I recall someone mentioning that it's not illegal to have your own personal copy of it, because, like, obviously you shouldn't be distributing this. But, you know, if I go to mp3skull.com, and then I type in up here, whatever, and then it'll come up, and you can hit download, and then go back to the home. As you can see, there's buttons down here, and then playlist, my downloading, and then settings, which doesn't really matter. You can see that all sorts of stuff, so just different songs I like, some Skrillex, some newer stuff, some older stuff, you know. You can just play it, and this is only inside the app. You can't access it like in your actual video music player on the phone itself. But yeah, so on to the next application. The next application is Notepad free. So basically this is a very Windows Phone 7-esque application. So, you know, it goes well with it, and I think it'll even change colors depending on what color you have your actual phone. Like mine's this blue color, so it matches. So when you're on the main screen, you can see previous notes, and you can title them. I didn't bother titling them. And you can see that this one is scrolling, and then you can just add a new one. So we'll just say test, and then we can name it YouTube and save it. You can see that it is right here. And then over here you have the settings to change the font, the size of the font, and then you can even sync the notes with Dropbox, which I don't personally do. So yeah, pretty, you know, simple app. So let's just move on to the next one. The next application is Photo Room. Now, Photo Room is a very good photo sharing and photo editing application. I'm only going to go over the editing part of it because that is what really shines about it. But you can share your edited or your just plain photos like Facebook, Flickr, Tumblr, and Twitter. And it's like Instagram basically, but for the Windows Phone. So yeah, so we have this little picture I took on vacation. It was just kind of this pavilion, I guess, where they had parties at the cabins we stayed at, and you know, it's kind of playing, kind of a little bit of noise, so you can just go to contrast, and then down here you have the slider where you can, hopefully you can see the difference. You can see that it kind of gets darker and it's more, you know, contrasty, like the lights stand out a little bit more, and then you can just hit this before button if it'll go before and then after, and then you can just hit the X button if you don't like it, or the check button. So I'm just going to go back. Then we can go to styles, where we can just, this is kind of like the Instagram part of it, we can just put like a classic pro, I guess, and then it kind of gives it that Instagram-esque, I don't know, retro kind of look. So you can just go before and after, and then you can just upload it. So once you upload it, you can just title it, then next, then you can share Facebook, Flickr, Tumblr, and Twitter, as I mentioned before. And that is about it for this app. Let's move on to the last one. Okay, and the last app is the Sleepbug application. This is free, and it's like White Noise Lite, or the White Noise basically, which I did a review of a while ago, and I have the annotation up on the screen right now. Sadly, there isn't a White Noise application for Windows Phone, but I did find this, which is a pretty good and maybe even a better alternative for Windows Phone 7. So it's a pretty similar application, but in my opinion it's a little bit better because you can basically pick individual sounds you want it to have. So you can just turn these off, and this is the cricket sound, and then you can just turn on wind, thunder, and I don't have the sound on because I don't want to get copyrighted or for whatever reason. Then you can do the fire crackling, so I'll kind of just turn it up a little bit. But basically you can just, you know, birds chirping, owls hooing, or whatever you want to call it, and then you can set a timer for whatever, and you can even set a date for it, and then you just hit the set the timer. Then I'll just turn that down. Then you go into the scenes where you can find the beach, music box, Zen garden, river, jungle, fire, weather, horror, city, train, and sci-fi. And these all have different sounds. So if I went to beach, you wouldn't hear crickets or whatever. You'd see, you know, waves splashing like seagulls. So yeah, so it's a pretty good application. It is free, and you can get the pro version, which is just, it adds more sounds. So that's about it for this video. If you enjoyed, make sure to leave a rating below. I will have a list of the applications I just went over in the description below. So yep, this is our review for you. Thanks for watching. Peace.